this is a grade school department. Right, ma'am? You're from, it's okay. They're from the grade school department. Yes, Mrs. Ariola? Are you the representative? Yes, ma'am. Okay. So again, let's read the scenario given to them. Gab is a 5-year-old preschool student who enjoys going to school but tends to have difficulties in learning the lessons in school. He cannot sit still when her teacher discusses something in class. He always wants to move around and do something. So there are two questions. First question, the given scenario, what are the possible factors why Gab is having difficulties in learning the lessons? And the second one, in what ways can Gab's parents and teachers help her?
Thank you. I became representative for this question. Although I have elementary and high school, incoming grade 4 and incoming grade 7. Pero siguro kaya napunta sa akin to. 2008 pa po ako may preschool dito. Ugat po. Anyway, this question, yung na-gather ko po na mga situations is, may nagsabi, I rate yung bata kulang sa rest, sa sleep, pag preschool. Toddler kasi yan usually tantrum age. So, tapos either gutom or may conditions sila, yung tawag dito, yun daw yung mga possible factors na hindi na-concentrate yung kids. As per experience, yes, madalas yung, tawag doon, madalas yung merong mga nagtatantrum is may ganong condition, I rate kulang sa pahinga, meron naman din tayong special, differently special kids na may ganon din, hindi rin sila makaka-focus masyado. So, ang solution na sinabi, we come up na, number one, as for me, I suggested, every day kasi until now, I do this to my kids. Kahit na yung isa ko is dormer na siya, nagdo-dormer siya sa Manila. I ready them in the morning, praying for them, dedicating their day. Kahit yung bata, nakalimutan yung mag-pray, I have to pray for them. So, ready your kids emotionally, and ready your kids for the day that is ahead of them. I-dedicate nyo sila through prayer. Sabi natin, yung KCA is faith foundation. The truth is, yun talaga yung tinatagal ko dito for the 3 kids. Yung faith foundation. Academically, it will be fed anywhere, but not the same faith foundation na meron sa KCA, which has been proven for my eldest na. And then number 2 is tell the teachers down of the kids' condition for the day. Approach, never hesitate to tell, to update your advisors. No? Kunyari, teacher, I'm sending her to school even though her tummy hurts, mga ganon. At least there will be special attention for the kid for the day. Kasi thinking that, kunyari, at the time I enrolled my kids in 2008, there were only 6 of them in the preschool and there's 1 teacher. Yung sa second ko naman, 14 of them, and there's 2 teachers already. So, hindi naman yung lahat in the whole 2 or 3 hours in school, mabibigyan ng attention because they have lessons to discuss, diba? But at least, if you update the teacher kung anong meron sa kid for the day, they will be extra careful giving attention to your kid. And huwag sasama yung loob if ever na yung teacher nagkamali for the day. Because it's two-way communication lagi. As far as I know, teachers know me here, how kulit I am. Diba, Teacher Melody? So, ganun din tayo. Because these teachers are gifted with patience, understanding, and they give all efforts to take care of your kids every day when they are in school. Thank you po.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Ariola. Again, Ms. Ariola is one of her child is already an alumni of KCA and currently at UST. Am I right? Chemical engineer at UST. Wow. Ayan. Student leader po si Yana during her time. Kaya talagang naruroot natin ang mga bata spiritually and in leadership. Again, as what our group said, for the questions, the answer is first, you need to prepare your kid. When they're going to school, prepare them well. Especially, we need to pray for them. And secondly, we need to tell or inform the teacher of what the condition of the child is before they're going to school. Let's go to the next group, Teacher Jinky.
Yes, may we call on stage the second group representative with partnership of school and home scenario.
Okay, who is the group who has the partnership of school and home scenario? Ayan. Sige po, let's go up here on stage. Sorry po kay Mrs. Arioli, weren't able to let her go up on stage. We have here we have Mrs. Ogot here on stage. The question given to them is, your niece is an incoming grade 1 student who's good at solving mathematics equations, but she's having difficulty in reading. This causes her to find it hard to do her activities. Question number 1, if you were Eunice's parents, what would you do to help your child? And question number 2, what do you think the school could do to help address your child's problem?
Yes, hi. Good afternoon po. Dun sa group namin, ito yung discussion namin between the group. So, 15 to, kasi as an early grade school talaga, meron talaga mga strengths and weaknesses yung mga anak natin. So, merong magaling sa math, merong magaling sa reading, talagang hindi siya, so yung mga magagaling sa math ay nahihirapan or having difficulties in reading. So what we need to do or yung discussion na nangyari is, we have to talk to our children, at least magkaroon tayo ng 15 to 30 minutes or 30 minutes to an hour minute study habit at home, like every day. Pero yung pag-aaral na yon, make it enjoyable naman din sa bata. Kasi early grade school alam natin na yung mga yan is makukulit. Most of the time talagang gusto lang maglaro na maglaro. So from my experience, talaga yung anak ko, it's incoming grade 1. Most of the time talaga, every time na mag-aaral kami, mag-study kaming dalawa, mas lamang yung paglalaro. Mas lamang yung paglalaro niya. So yun, make a habit na enjoyable yung pag-aaral. And then at the same time, pwede rin siyang magkaroon ng body system. Yung kapwa parent na yung anak magaling mag-read, pwedeng magkaroon sila ng body-body na para magkaroon ng influence pa. And then, yung sa school naman, communicate with the teacher. Kasi syempre, di ba, partnership naman, it's teacher and parent talaga. Yun talaga, ang pinaka-main goal is maging maayos yung anak natin. So, communicate to the teacher and ask dun sa school kung ano yung strength and weaknesses ng bata. And especially kung yung bata hindi talaga sila marunong makipag-communicate. Ayun, so from my experience kasi, kay Sir siya, though mahilig siya sa math, mahilig siya sa numbers, nagkaroon talaga kami ng difficulties mag-ina pagdating sa reading. Kahit yung kapag may PTA, yung teachers niya, yun lang talaga yung sinasabi is kailangan talagang mahoni siya sa pag-aaral. So may tendency talaga na dumarating sa point na napipikon ka na bilang nanay sa pag-tuturo dun sa anak. Kasi syempre di ba, bata pa siya na ang gusto niya lang talaga is maglaro, tapos lagi niya pag ini-insist kung ano yung gusto niya. So unlike na kapag kasi yung mga bata, pag sinabi ni teacher, go agad susunod talaga. Pero parang sa atin, parang reluctant pa sila. So, ayun. For us, communication is the key between the parent and the teacher, kung ano yung dapat gawin. And then, magkaroon ng goal, set a goal, and then yun, study habit at home. Ayun lang.
Thank you, Mrs. Ogot.
Thank you, Mrs. August. So, as parents, we have to, number 1, invest time with our kids. Next will be make it a habit that they are still enjoying their studies. And in school, we have to communicate to the teacher, ask them about their strengths and weaknesses, set goals, and hone their study habits.
Alright. Thank you. We hope you're getting something from our co-parents as well today. Let's go to the third group from the grade school department, of course. We have those who have the scenario investing for child's education both in academics and behavior. Maybe you know whose group has this question or has this scenario again. Investing for child's education both in academics and behavior. From the grade school department. Anyone? Okay, Doc Joma. Okay, we have Doc Joma here on stage. The question for their group is, Nicolas, a grade 3 student, is good in academics, yet he's having a hard time dealing with his classmates. He also needs to manage his anger since he gets to argue with others often. Question number 1, what do you think are the factors why Nicolas is behaving in such a way? And question number 2, how do you think parents and the school can work together to help the child improve his behavior? Thank you, Doc Joma.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon po sa lahat. So our group had a nice collab. No? So unang-una, why I know most of our kids baka may gantong problem, no? Academically well, but have some sort of behavior like anger. So we ang popcorn, no? Family background and the family dynamics sa bahay certainly plays a big role on how our kids, how they will act, yung background ko sa family. There are may mga kwento and we hear of kids being abused at home, physically, no? And that gets translated na sila rin nananakit, no? Ano pang possible causes? Social media, no? Sino ditong parents na hindi nahihirapan sa social media ng mga anak natin, di ba? Their exposure to contents that are, beyond their, dapat yung sa age level nila, mga violent games, no? Yan, kami mga grade 4, grade 5, yan yung mga age na na-expose na sila sa mga ganong activity. So certainly that plays a role with anger issues, no? Some of them might be developing these anger issues inside their hearts, no? Lacking family time, bonding, maybe lacking attention from parents also. So minsan masyado tayong busy that can nane-neglect na pala yung mga bata, no? And baka nag-brew na ng anger or whatever emotions ang mga bata, no? So that's another possible reason. And last, siyempre yung community where we raise our kids, yan sabi nga ni Kuya Bong, yung planting our kids. So yung community, saan ba natin na-plant yung family natin? Because the children that they play with, they interact with, and they play a big influence on their attitudes. Minsan the way they speak, they can pick up words that are not appropriate. So nagiging part po ng kanilang lengguwahe yung mga ganun. So how do we deal with these problems, no? Unang-una, we acknowledge, no, yung problem ng bata. If there's a child who is having anger issues, we have to address it, no? Acknowledge the child's emotion, and we lead them with counseling. Okay, so yung bata, whoever's involved, no, depending on the situation, counseling yung student and the parents or the teachers kung may classmate na involved, yun. And more importantly, I'm sure in Kerusso we can do this, biblical counseling. Hindi lang basta-basta counseling, biblically based counseling. So very important po yun. Spiritual feeding is very important. So hindi lang po sa school, because we know our teachers are very much committed to giving the spiritual feeding. Our children needs to have that at home also. Kasi partnership po yan. So the next point, we are a team. The parents, the teachers, KCA, we are a team. So we cannot send our kids sa Kerusso 8 to 5, 7:45 to 3, depende kung anong time. Pero sa bahay, hindi na sila nadidisiplina. So it's a teamwork. Yun. Tapos nabanggit ko nga po, hahayaan ko lang po kung kailangan po sila madisiplina sa school. No, as parents, we need to be open-minded because we are a team, we are working with them. So minsan may mga ganong issues pag napagalitan yung mga anak natin. No? I think more importantly, tayo as parents, we need to model a Christ-like character for our children. So yung mga emotions na gano'n, they know how they should act. No? Pag nakikita nila tayong nagro-road rage, yun, baka doon pala nanggagaling ang mga anger issues ng mga bata natin, mga anak natin na nagtatranslate sa school. So, yun lang po. Our group is very excited for the year.
Wow, thank you so much, Doc Joma. Once again, in a nutshell, according to their group, I'll just give two. First, we need to be in partnership, the school and the parents, to discipline the students. Once again, here at school, we discipline the students, and we hope once they got it home, they also be disciplined, the same discipline that we're giving the students. And lastly, parents and teachers should model Christ-like character to our students. Let's go to the next group, Teacher Jenky.
For the next group, may I call on stage Mrs. Tina De Ocampo for Diversified Education Scenario.
Alright, in their group,
Michael, a grade 5 student, excels in history. He loves studying the lives of the great people in history. He likes to gain knowledge and insights about countries, regions, and the society. Aside from that, he also loves playing guitar and designing websites. Those things are the things that he does, especially in his free time. These are the key questions. Number 1, what can you do to increase and support your child's interests? And number 2, how can parents in the school work together to expose the student to enhance the student's knowledge of not just one academic subject but other areas of learning as well?
Pasensya po na pag-utusan. Ayun po, napag-usapan po namin sa group. Yun nga po, paano kung may isang student na nag-excel sa history, pero at the same time, clubs din po niya yung playing guitar and designing websites. So, syempre, unang-una po, bilang parents, isusupport po natin yung mga anak natin kung saan po sila nag-e-excel. Kunyari po, ako po relate, yung anak ko po na grade 5, magdi-grade 5, si Oyo, gustong-gusto po niya ng history. So kahit pagdadating po yung mga first quarter exam, second quarter, kahit ang layo-layo pa nung araling panlipunan, yun talaga yung unahin niya, yung history. Kunyari, pangatlong araw pa or hindi siya first day, yun yung uunahin po niya na bubuklatin, yung araling panlipunan. So, kala ko, binubuklat-buklat lang niya. Pero pag tinanong ko talaga siya, alam niya. Pero ang pag ganun po, yung mga anak natin, ipipraise po natin siya, isosupport, i-encourage po natin na kunyari may mga sagot po siya na hindi naman po talaga nasa, yung parang nakaano sa book. Pero yung thought, yung naintindihan niya yung binabasa niya, naintindihan niya po yung overall na content nung kanyang binabasa. Malaking factor na po yun para i-encourage natin siya, tapos bigyan po natin sila ng additional na activity. Kung gusto po niya mag-Google Map, o sige, turuan po natin siya mag-Google Map. Yung mga gano'n na wala po sa book. So, dito rin po, ang isa rin po na sinasuggest ng group namin, kunyari po may mga math clubs, may mga English club sa school, mas ma-encourage po natin yung bawat students na ma-improve nila or kunyari po gusto nila ng mathematics o doon sila sa math club. Tapos kung gusto nila yung history, nung high school po kami, ang tawag po sa History Chronicles Club. So, po yun, member po ako nun dati. So, siguro po yung mga ganun po na may interest yung anak natin as parent, kailangan din nating bigyan sila ng mag-share din tayo ng kwento kasi po sila interesado, kunyari, Mami, paano yung nung elementary ka? So tayo bilang magulang, ikakwento natin yung kahit medyo dagdagan natin na para makuha natin yung attention niya. So medyo magdadagdag tayo na, ay, nung elementary ako, naku, maning-mani yan, di nga ako tinuturuan ng mami ko eh. Kasi yung mga bata ngayon, di ba po, parang lahat na lang ituturo natin. So, i-encourage po natin sila na, yung mami ko nga kaya na mag-aral mag-isa eh. So, bakit ako kailangan tatanong lagi sa parents, di ba? So, ang magulang po kasi, isa po tayo sa pwede mag-encourage. Number 1 po tayo na pwede mag-encourage sa anak natin. Kasi nga, sa bahay pa lang po, yun po yung foundation nila eh. Tapos partner po natin sa school ang mga parents. So wag po natin kalilimutan na lagi po natin may open communication po tayo bilang parents. Lagi po natin i-monitor yung mga anak natin kung yun nga po sabi po ng speaker natin kanina. Wag po natin iaasa lahat sa institution ng Kerusso. Kasi parents, teachers, student, teamwork po tayo. So, kailangan may open communication po tayo. So, regarding naman po dun sa interest ng mga bata, syempre, good soil po ang Kerusso kasi kung sa music po, may interest yung mga anak natin, may life applied music po ang Kerusso. So, pwede po natin, kung meron man po tayong extra na pang-enroll, pwede rin naman po natin i-enroll sa Kerusso or kung saan po sila may mga sports din po. Kung yung extracurricular activity para hindi naman pure academic yung bibigyan din natin ng balance yung activity po ng mga anak natin. So, in behalf po ng mga parents, syempre, ititake ko na po itong opportunity na to na sa life. Kasi syempre po, kami mga parents, gusto namin na matuto po talaga yung anak namin mag-guitar, mag-drums, gano'n. Sana naman po, medyo konti yung number of students per session. Para po talagang may makikita po yung mga parents na natuto po talaga. Kasi pag po 10, kunyari po drums, tapos 8 students per 1 hour. So, paano po siya matututukan nung teacher? So, which is good po yung in-offer po ng life applied music. Ang lang po doon, yung number of students. Para naman po maingganyo palalo yung mga parents na kahit may additional na fee, maingganyo pa po yung mga parents na i-enroll yung mga bata. Tsaka po, para rin po sa mga bata, ma-experience po nila yon. Kasi malaking bagay po sa mga bata yung makahawak ng drum set, ma-experience nila yung guitar, tapos makapag-perform po sila dito. So, nai-encourage po nalilift po yung self-esteem nila. At saka, nade-develop po yung iba pa po nilang talents. Yun, ang pinakamahalaga po, yung communication sa parents, teachers, and student. And as parents po, yun, monitor natin. Kumbaga, hands-on po tayo dapat sa mga anak natin. Tapos, in partnership with teacher. So, yun na po.
Thank you, Mrs. De Ocampo. In summary, as parents, we have to support our children. Let us praise and encourage them. Secondly, we may also give them additional activities. Next, we may also encourage our kids to join clubs in school. Now, I would like to share, parents, we have this school year our clubs, like our dance club, Dance for Jesus club, and we have the Heart of Worship club. So we will resume that club this school year. And we also have the important thing is to communicate with our parents and to communicate with our teachers as well. Thank you very much again, Mrs. De Ocampo, and thank you.
Thank you po. Let's now go to the high school department. To the group that has a scenario preparing a student for higher learning. Okay, we have Mrs. Martinez here on stage. Their group scenario is Mr. Andres notices that his son, Eman, is interested in taking up engineering in college. As a parent, he wants to hone the needed knowledge and skills for Eman to excel in his interests. Number one, if you're Mr. Andres, what would you do to help your child develop his knowledge and skills in preparation for his future career? And number two, how do you think can parents in a school work together in preparing students for higher learning?
Hello, good afternoon po. So, on behalf of sa high school department, represented po from grade 7 to grade 10. Ang na-discuss po namin is more on item 2, no? How do you think can parents and the school work together in preparing students for higher learning? So, dati na po tayong may mga interactive activity dito sa school like yung mathematics, no? Na-enjoy po yun ng mga bata. And sabi nga ni ma'am, ni nanay ni Lyra, sorry natin Lerma, nung nagkaroon sila ng TLE, sila Lyra is, parang she's not interested in any course pa. Pero nung nagkakaroon ng mga drafting, something like that, parang nagustuhan niya mag-engineer, pero hindi pa rin sure. So kapag nagkakaroon kasi ang mga anak natin, merong alam na kaagad ang gusto nila, merong hindi pa rin hanggang ngayon. So, kapag nai-introduce sila to yung mas naging interactive yung learning, parang doon nagkakaroon sila ng interest. So, ang amin pong magiging suggestion is continue po yung yung interactive learning, and at the same time, dun sa activity pa rin na nangyari na before, ituloy lang po natin. Siguro mas damihan is yung mga plant visit, yung mga company visit, meaning immersion on ano ba yung buhay sa labas, ano ba yung gusto mo mag-engineer, ito yung mga ginagawa. Gusto mong ano pa ba yung gusto nila? So, dapat ma-immerse sila sa labas, not in the four corners of this room. So, since ginawa na yun in the past, siguro damihan lang natin, and we can make partnership na hindi na tayo mag-e-effort. Marami tayong parents represented, yung iba't ibang company, pwede natin doon dalahin yung ating mga student. At the same time, parang yung safety nila, coordinated, di po ba? Pangalawa is, siguro sa mga activity natin na marami naman tayong professional within the church and within our Kerusso family din, pwede din silang bigyan ng chance to share their own profession. Ito po, engineer yung, naging general, no? Para makapag-share sila, like si Doc Joma, ano ba yung mga jargon in this industry? So, pwede na natin silang, ma-enlighten doon sa profession na yon. Doon naman po sa item 1, on a personal level, bilang parents, paano mo nga ba matutulungan ang iyong anak? Kumbaga, in my case po, hindi po ako engineer. Parang ang hirap naman po talagang ituro or i-encourage yung bata. Pero siguro po, napag-agrihan din namin, ako po sa engineer siya, basic is mathematics. So, paano mo nga ba ituturo yung mathematics? Ako po, sa totoo lang, maganda naman yung books natin, no po? May mga leagues po doon na dapat natin ay pinupuntahan, kaya lang pagkakulang ka ng time, hindi mo na rin mapuntahan. At hindi mo na rin maaral talaga para ituro sa iyong anak, kasi marami ka rin ginagawa. So, mayroong mga available na YouTube tutorial, pwede rin po natin yung gamitin. And as pagdating sa mga interest, tulad po ng bunso ko, gusto niya maging pilot. Ano naman po ang alam natin at pwede natin ibigay sa kanila. Hindi sumasakay lang po tayo ng eroplano. Wala na tayong alam beyond that. So, may mga YouTube theoretical something about that course. Siya na rin po yung nagkaroon ng interest na panoodin niya. Alam niya yung mga soft landing, alam niya yung mga aircraft, kung anong model yan. So, ganun po, pwede natin silang hayaan na magkaroon or ma-expose sa mga ganong videos. Although ngayon, ang pinakamahirap sa atin ay tanggalin sila sa screen time na po. So, yun yung challenge. But still, Siguro po, in any discipline, ang pinakamagandang gawin, bigyan po natin ng trabaho ang mga anak natin sa bahay, ano?